de facto ունենք այն ինչ ունենք.
What we have is de facto what we have. Yes, and what is surprising is the stance of the West, Europe, according to that stance, whereas they have adopted a unified stance on the issue of Ukraine. In regard to our issue, that is to say, the current situation in the South Caucasus, we currently notice that they are moving forward with the peace treaty that Moscow drew up, and this gives us something to think about. No, I would not unequivocally claim this because if that was the case, Mrs. Zakharova would not have given such a morbid response, saying that they are trying to take it from us. If the stance was the same, she should have especially been content. So, it is not the same. There are certain things that, for instance, what is different? For instance, the territory of the Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region should have a different status since Shushi formed a part of the Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region. In other words, the dissolution of the Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region on the part of Azerbaijan is unlawful. Even the fact that the ambassador of Russia attended the event in Shushi, but the ambassadors of France and the United States did not attend the event, insinuated all this, and France and the United States have stated this several times. Even the boundaries of the Nagorno-Karabakh Autonomous Region are administrative boundaries, but that's a different story. This is why we insist that if everyone talks about a solution to the issue on the ground of international law, let us address the authority which is entitled to interpret international law, that is to say, the International Court, and let it decide. In other words, if Azerbaijan finds that Nagorno-Karabakh is a part of Azerbaijan because in 1921 the KAV Bureau, a certain political party, decided that Nagorno-Karabakh is a part of Azerbaijan, and if this is a sufficient ground for Azerbaijan's legal title of Karabakh, no problem. This means Azerbaijan should have interest in applying jointly. Let it apply. If the report of the League of Nations, which we refer to, and as some people say it is, I don't know, an illegitimate document and a piece of paper, well, if you say that, then go and prove to the court that it is a needless document. All issues will be solved and it will end there, and according to them, it will end in their favor. We are certain that the report of the Special Committee of the League of Nations is much more legally grounded than the record drawn up by the Bureau of the Russian Communist Party. Mr. Papian, you were in the United States for a while. Did you have any meetings, perhaps with congressmen? Did you raise these issues? In general, what is their opinion on the so-called peace treaty and the agenda with which Armenia is moving forward? This is an agenda that is to our detriment. We don't see anything that is positive. I had meetings with current officials of the Department of State. Many people think I only have meetings with former officials. No, I also meet with former officials, who are very influential. For instance, more than half of the members of the Atlantic Council, which is a think tank, are former ambassadors of major countries, including ambassadors of Ukraine and Georgia. In regard to the issue of Ukraine, 20 former ambassadors signed a statement and addressed it to President Biden, and this statement was considered a major document. Now, yes, we raised the issue during the meetings with them, and they tell us it will be their pleasure and they are ready to support us to solve all the issues that the Armenian authorities raise. They say that the Armenian authorities raised the issue of establishment of peace with Azerbaijan according to the internal administrative boundaries of the USSR, meaning this is what they support. They also say that if the Armenian authorities raise the issue of Woodrow Wilson's arbitral award, they will support that. That is to say, there cannot be a situation where the Armenian authorities raise an issue and expect that Washington will say no, don't do that. This is not in your interests. Let me make a better proposal. This will mean intervention in the sovereign rights of Armenia. In that case, the Armenian authorities can ask, who do you think you are to intervene in the sovereign rights? They can say the following: I am solving the issue. I have decided to gift Syunik province to Azerbaijan, and I have the right to do this because 680,000 voters cast their votes for me. I said I had an agenda for peace, but I did not tell them the price that had to be paid for that. And now I say that the price for that is the handover of Syunik province. Later I will hand over Vyotsor province, but I will bring peace. What can the United States do in this case? This is what is very important. This is why when we talk about a national government, it is not about being in power. It is just that there is a simple thing, and that is the following. In international relations, the stance of a state is presented by the government. Yes, they listen to us. We are the opposition. They tell us that what we are saying is very reasonable and ask us why the government is not saying that. They take the books, flip through them, look at the maps and ask questions. But we are simply the opposition, meaning we speak on behalf of only a part of the people. Only the government can speak on behalf of the country, unfortunately.
Երկրի անունից կարող է խոսել միայն իշխանությունը, ցավոք սրտի։
Բաժանորդագրվեք ազգային ժողովրդավարական բևեռի YouTube-յան ալիքին։